Low. By Charles Hoyfort. Part 1, Chapter 4K. Rand Daily Mail, May 29th, 1922, that Mr. D. Neves, living near Roodepoort, employed as a chemist in Johannesburg, having for several months endured showers of stones, had finally reported to the police. 5 constables, having been sent to the place, after dark, had hardly taken positions around the house, when a stone crashed on the roof. Phenomena were thought to associate with the housemaid, a Hottentot girl. She was sent into the garden, and stones fell vertically around her. This is said to have been one of the most mysterious of the circumstances. Stones fell vertically, so that there was no tracing them to an origin. Mr. Neves' home was an isolated building, except for outhouses. These outhouses were searched, but nothing to suspect was found. The stones continued to fall from an unknown source. Police Inspector Cummings took charge. He ordered all members of the family, servants, and newspapermen to remain in the house for a while, so everybody was under inspection. Outside were constables, and all around were open fields, with no means of concealment. Stones fell on the roof. Watched by the police, the Hottentot girl went to the well. A large stone fell near her. She ran back to the house, and a stone fell on the roof. It is said that everything that could be done was done, and that the cordon of police was complete. More stones fell. Convinced that in some way the girl was implicated, the inspector tied her hands. A stone fell on the roof. Then everything was explained. A civilian, concealed in one of the outhouses, had been caught throwing a stone. If so, whoever wrote this account did not mention the name of the culprit, and it is not said that the police made any trouble for him for having made them work. Then everything is explained again. It was said that the girl, Sarah, had been taken to the police station, where she had confessed. It is understood that Sarah admits being a party to all the stone throwing, and has implicated 2 other children and a grown native. So ends the Roodepoort ghost story, shorn of all its alleged supernatural trappings. Though usually we do not think piously of the police, their stations are confessionals. But they are confessionals more in the scientific than in the religious sense. When a confessor holds a club over conscience, he can bully statements with the success of any scientist who slugs data with a theory. There is much brutality in police stations and in laboratories, but I can't say that we're trying to reform anything, and if there never has been a Newton, or a Darwin, or an Einstein, or a Moses, or a Christ, or a Saint Augustine, who has practiced other than the 3rd degree upon circumstances, I fear me that sometimes we are not innocent of 1 or 2 degrees, ourselves. However, the story reads more as if the girl had been taken to a barber shop. Her story was shorn, we read. It was clipped bald of all details, such as the cordon of police, search of the outhouses, and the taking of precautions, such as will not fit in with this yarn of the tricky kids. In this book we shall note much shearing,